welcome to my show. We are going to talk about today is dog food from Purina and the other makers of kibbles and bits safe for your pet? The answer is, well, if you don't love your pet, by all means. These people who own Purina and Gravy Train and Old Roy, they make an inferior product for the evolution of humanity and the animals we know. And now is the time to change our way of looking at these creatures that are brothers and sisters on this planet. Not only do we need to show compassion for the poor, we need to show compassion for the animal kingdom. And according to my dowsing of all the dog food on the market, Purina dog chow, $24 for 45 pounds, is 1.5 stars out of 10. 1.5 stars out of 10. That's incredibly low. The whole industry is about 2 stars. What do? They use inferior products. It's the ingredients themselves. And we can debate both what goes into it. The corn definitely should not be eaten by animals, dogs and cats. They should have protein from a different source. So the source matters and the quality going into it. Those are the two components that are issue here. There's no excuse, and the government must stop being captured. It's an expression in political science. The industry captures the regulator. There is no regulator. The FDA doesn't even care about the animals. Well, who cares about the animals in the government? No one. They want power, and the power is in the big pet producers, Purina, Calcan, all these fake foods, and they put in they can put in dead animals that are found on the side of the road. There's been video of veterinary ice boxes being emptied of dead dogs with their collar and tag still on and being ground up into these big grinders, and everything's put in there, and then they're baked. They're in this soup. There's this cooker, and your dog eats other dogs. Your cat eats other cats. And these were sick animals to begin with. They had infected high white blood counts. They are infected, roadkill, anything they can find that has protein in it. And this is what we're facing, and this is what we have to change. And many people have produced videos expressing this outrage. They've taken the cameras into Purina, and it behooves Purina just to change. What's their problem? Their problem is they like the profits they're getting, but they can get decent profits by producing a decent food. It doesn't take that much effort. And that is we are going to really jump on and change this industry. And these people will be prosecuted by not only the courts of man, but the courts of the heavens. Because the animal kingdom is our brothers and sisters, and we need to walk hand in hand with them as we do with the poor brothers and sisters throughout. We are all here together, and we have to make life a little bit more enjoyable and meaningful, and without so much suffering. As the Lord Buddha said, as the Lord Jesus Christ said, we'll never get rid of suffering. The suffering's always there, but we can reduce it. We can significantly reduce it. We don't have to be the instrument of suffering. Suffering is there even when it's all, because it's this 3D is all consuming. So which dog food has the highest vibration and frequency? Well, it's what you would expect, the ones who use the best ingredients. and the difference is just astounding. So Purina dog chow is 1.5. Purina makes some other dog foods. I get Pro 1 and Beyond, and they both get roughly 3 stars. That's as high as you get with Purina, 3. And Blue Buffalo gets 6, 6.5, 7. For a can of dog food, I've recorded 7 in the frequency of quality of light in that food. And so far, Blue Buffalo is the highest. So you can take that to the bank. And I hope what's going to happen, I doused it and Purina is going to lose. It's going to be a colossal marketing mistake, suing Blue Buffalo. Why would you sue a company that actually produces a superior product? Not by a little, but by a lot. Double of Beyond. Double of what's your other one? Pro 1. Double. Easily. And and your main ingredients are the problem. They're putting corn in a lot of it, and the corn is low frequency. And GMO corn is 0. It brings the whole dog food down tremendously. And until they revert their corn, just changing the corn from GMO will help a lot. And just getting rid of the corn will help. So, dowsing measures life force. It just records the truth. And if the questions are asked in a succinct way and clear way, you will get the answer. Thanks for stopping by, and that's all for today. Bye-bye. Okay, and welcome to this demonstration of what we have been talking about dowsing. And there's a couple dowsing tools you can use. There's many. This is a very famous, ancient, is the L rod. And it's really good about finding things, location, using 1 or 2 L rods at the same time. I lose things and I find it with this. And it's almost 100%. One time, not long, my dog took off, and this is remote, and I didn't know where it was, and I was concerned. So I used I can do it right now, and I can say, where is Max, the dog? Where is Max, the dog? You see it moving? And he's behind me. Do you see that? And that's the front of the house he's pointing to, and Max is contained in the this area right now. But the time he got away, he went over by this river, and I go, well, you can't. The house is on a hill, and so I went on top of this hill next door, and I looked in the direction of the dowsing, and 3/4 of a mile, half a mile, I could see Max being walked by my neighbor, a nice lady, and with her little dog, and they were walking on the road, and I go, oh, there's Max. And I was concerned, and this found him, and this happens quite often. The other technique we're going to do right here, I hope it's clear. It's going to be a little bit low resolution, and there you go. And we're going to test this. I want to show you real quickly how this was done. Now this is the pendulum. And the pendulum is a dowsing technique also. It helps people to, you can find water, you can use maps, and find things you lose, find minerals. And it's a good system to offset your rational mind. So logically, you did something, and then you want to find out if it's true, and you can use a dowsing technique to confirm your logic. And I think that's the way it should be. I think we should use our intuition to develop and create, and we should use our logic to create it. You know, how much weight do I need to hold the snow load of a house that I have envisioned through my intuition that I want to design? That's the way it should be, but our culture is the other way around, and that's why we use our logic and we end up with ugly cities and sick dogs and pets and cats. So we're just trying to get the pet food industry to do a little bit better job. Okay, watch this. Okay, can you see this? Let's see. Yeah. Okay, there I go. Okay. And then I ask, ready? It's ready. It does it instantly. See, it's going towards the 65. 65 is ready. And I say, is my name Jonathan? Is my name Jonathan? And this is a yes-no question. And it says no. And that is correct. My name is not Jonathan. So, please go ready. And I say a little prayer. And I'm saying it right now. I ask for the divination angels to be with me, divination Christ to be with me. Light, light, light. Christ light, Christ light. Okay. On a scale of 1 through 10, now you see it says 0 to 100. 10 equals 1, 9 equals 9. See? 100 equals 10. That's how this scale works. So I go, okay, what is the industry average for dog food, for dry dog food in the United States? What is the industry average for dry dog food? And it goes towards, is 1 correct? Is 1 correct? Is 1 correct? It says no. Okay, am I reading 1.5 stars? Yes. 1.5 stars is industry average out of 10 stars. What is Purina dog chow? The dry bag. The one that goes roughly for 45 pounds for $24. What is Purina dog chow? I'm moving a little. You can't see it maybe, but it's moving. It kind of stopped. Is that 1.5 that I am reading? Is that 1.5? Yes. I seem to be getting a little interference here from the heavens. And they really like this. The heavens really like this to get out there. Okay. Could you give me Blue Buffalo dry dog food? You know, that nutrient light one, the blue bag. What is that? Blue Buffalo dry. Okay. Is that a 6 that I'm reading? Is that a 6? Yes, no? And it says yes. That's a 6. Okay, how about that one called Diamond Natural? Diamond Natural dry dog food. Diamond Natural dry dog food. Ooh. Looks like a 3. Is that a 3? Is that a... It's going through. Is that a 3? And it says yes, that's a 3. Alright. Could you give me Gravy Train? What does Gravy Train? Gravy Train. Gravy Train. Is that a 1? Is that a 1 you're indicating here? Is that a 1? It is a 1. How about, let's look at the canned dog food. What is a canned dog food of Blue Buffalo? Canned Blue Buffalo. Canned dog food of Blue Buffalo. Please, what is it? Is that a 7? Boy, that looks like almost a 7.5. Is that a 7? Is that a 7? Yes. So read that as a 7. And in general, the canned dog food is a couple stars higher than the equivalent of dry. Watch this for Alpo. What is Alpo, please? The dry dog food of Alpo is? It's awful. It's a 1. You know, to get 1 is basically, let me be clear about this. This is almost a satanic Lucifer disregard for life. It is really, really dark food. It's not good at all. They're not even trying. It's like they have to almost do it on purpose. What is canned Alpo? So I got a 1. What is canned? The canned dog food. Could you? It looks like it's a 3. Okay, and that's what I've gotten before. I always get the same answers usually. Sometimes I'm wrong. Okay. Okay, so the life force out of 10 is a 3 stars for the canned dog food. So if I was going to buy Alpo, I'd buy the canned. But it's still kind of dark. But if you have a smaller dog, the cans are better. The dry dog foods are just awful. And those brands, to get below 3 and 2 and 1, you know. And then, and Sam Walton. Okay, here's Old Roy. Old Roy, please. Could you give me Old Roy bag? It's half, okay, Old Roy. Am I reading half a star? Yes. Yes, it's half a star. Okay, and then people ask, well, what is the highest rated dog food? Well, so far, it has been the canned Blue Buffalo. And I've tested about 30 different dog foods. I don't have them all here. I'm not going to go through it all. This is just a demonstration that you have to be conscious of the food you buy. And Old Roy looks like it's made by Walmart. You know, Sam Walton said they have this thing on the back. Number 1 ingredient is corn. What percentage of the negativity? Now I'm going to switch this chart to probability. Okay, what is the percentage of negativity of the meat meal, the chicken and meat meal that they make? What percentage of negativity is responsible for these low scores? So I'm trying to find out the low score for Purina Dog Chow. Their meat meal, how much is the, and it said 45%. And I gotten this score before. 45%. How much for the corn? Being A, GMO corn. How much for the GMO corn is giving it negativity? And that's responsible for, I've never did this one before. Is 35% about correct? Yeah. And what it's going to do, this reading, is going to show that all the cereals, like the soy that's been modified, the corn, the wheat. Now the wheat is not genetically modified, I don't believe. They do have it in the laboratory and they want to release it. They'll probably sneak it out. But 90% of the U.S. corn production is GMO corn. And it's never been proven to be food. And everybody's going to scream, you know, well, that's how we feed the planet. No, it's not. We can feed the planet scientifically, and the dowsing says we can. Use your intuition. With regular corn, good corn produced in the 60s from the Green Revolution, and most of you don't know what I'm talking about, but it's fine. It's a good hybrid corn, and it does a job. It can withstand droughts. We don't need to go to the GMO. It's fake food. It's laboratory fake. And in China, they actually put plastic rice in with the regular rice to increase production. So people are eating plastic rice and they don't know it. And GMO corn is something similar, the similar idea. Well, the people won't know. Well, what happened is, you know, the dogs shouldn't be eating this much corn. It's not a source of protein for them, and it's not a life force. And that's what dowsing is. The divine light of the universe, of this planet, says we must have, well, let's put it another way. It sees from their perspective, from the universe perspective, from the Christ light, energy light food is the highest you can get. It is the real food. The quality of food is critical. And if you don't have any choice, you're out there starving, that's one thing. But to give knowingly your animals an inferior food. So you have this huge Nestle's, this Swiss company, suing Blue Buffalo. Now at first, I never heard of Blue Buffalo really. My dog really likes it, so I've been giving it to him lately. But I thought it was a marketing scam. He is from Madison Avenue type person, and sodas and things of that, I believe. And he did go out and said, well, I went and did it because A, his dog did die of cancer. And he was empathetic to this cause. He's go, well, why did the dog get cancer? I gave him good food. No, you didn't. You gave him dark food. And it does make a difference where the protein comes from. Can your dog absorb the protein it says on the package it's getting? B, there's something scientists don't understand in which the quality of the meat has a life energy about it that's transferred as well to the animal. It's a law of nature, it's a law of Gaia, whatever you want. And the fact is, dogs like meat. And then you go, well, should I give them raw meat or cooked meat? Believe it or not, cooked meat is probably better than raw. And that's a whole different story. You would think, well, dogs eat, X, Y, Z in the nature. They do. But you know what? Dogs eat fresh, killed food mostly. So if they were to kill a rabbit, and that's my last dowsing, what is the score? What is the score, the ranking in stars, of a freshly killed rabbit in the wild that your dog catches and eats right then on the spot? Okay, let's go take a look at that. And I am connected. It is connected. What is the score of a rabbit being freshly killed by my dog and he eats it right away? Do you see that? Do you see that? It's an 8. Is 8 the correct answer? Yes. Do you see that? So commercial dog food will never become an 8. And what is 9 and what is 10? Well, ultimate 9 and 10 are probably really something beyond this discussion. It's really far out stuff. Belongs in Star Wars almost. But they can make good dog food. The big Alpo, Purina Dog Chow, and that Pro 1, I forget Pro 1 is Purina, they get, I forget what they get. I think it's a 3. So even their best and beyond, this new dog food of Purina is called Beyond. So Purina is trying to get better in response to Blue Buffalo. But Blue Buffalo is still twice the life force. And we can have, and you get the canned dog food, you're really much stronger. So Purina is going in the right direction in the last few years, but they really need to improve the dog chow. And it's a #1 dog food on the market, and that's why I'm beating them up a little bit more, because they're not doing their job. This is really easy stuff. They can, and Old Roy should be removed from the market. Totally. I mean, half a star is almost a conscious effort to make a crummy dog food, to make your dog sick. You can't make a dog food that bad. I can. So, and you've seen those videos on YouTube. There are people showing you them throwing the dead animals in from wherever they get it, sick or already dead. Give it to these grinders. They grind them up, the dogs. They still got their collars on and tags, Fido. And it mulches them up and grinds them, and then it cooks them in these big vats. And you get this meal. And that's what you heard me say. The meal is the #1 negative ingredient, the quality of that meal. And that's where we're running into the problem. And the second one is the corn, the GMO corn. So within those two areas, you can make a huge improvement. And if Purina would just do it, they could probably increase the life forest for peanuts. And I don't think you can see an increase in the price of the dog food itself, like $1. Would you be willing to pay $1.50 more for your dog food you're paying? Maybe not. Old Roy is, gosh, I've seen it like 18 at Walmart. It's really cheap, and because it's cornmeal, you're not feeding your dog food, you're feeding them corn. The dog's not a cow. He's not a horse. He says that. They'll turn around and talk to you and say, hey, this is cow food, man. I need good meat. And it doesn't have to be organic, you know. So anyway, that's my demonstration. That's how we came with the scores. There's many dog foods out. The whole industry was 1.5. The whole industry is bad. And that's because it's dominated by a few big producers. There's lots of new small producers getting the act. This is a prediction. Farina is going to lose this lawsuit. It's playing the lawsuit through the media. You can see it all over. They have misinformation about what's going on. Yes, they have whatever the, you know, how much protein is in their dog food, but that's not the point. It's the quality of the protein. It's the end of the story. And thank you. And I enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed it.